Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Good evening and thank you for watching News 8 Now this weekend. I'm Brooklyn Hine. Tens of thousands of mourners gathered in Arizona today to say goodbye to conservative activist Charlie Kirk, who is being laid to rest at a public funeral following his assassination on September 10th. CBS News' Chris Van Cleve has more.
Tens of thousands of mourners turned out Sunday at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona to say goodbye to political activist Charlie Kirk, who was gunned down September 10th while making a public address in Utah. Many in attendance came from out of state.
I live in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, so when everything happened, there wasn't an option to stay home and sit back and watch. It was come out, show my support. I really wanted to be here.
And I'm actually from Southern California, and we drove here last night. We got in about 1 o'clock in the morning and woke up at 3 to be here.
Mourners were asked to wear red, white, and blue to honor Kirk. The Department of Homeland Security designated Kirk's memorial service a Level 1 security event on par with the Super Bowl. Security measures include uniform and plainclothes officers, drones, surveillance cameras, and counterterrorism sniper teams. Among those tapped to speak at the memorial, members of the Trump administration.
Charlie started a political movement but unleashed a spiritual revival. My pastor texted me the day after that horrific event and said, "Pete, the devil overplayed his hand." Charlie started with liberty, but ended up lighting our country on fire for Christ. He started Turning Point USA, but this moment is the turning point.
He mattered, and he will matter now more than he ever has before.
Vice President J.D. Vance and President Trump are also scheduled to speak. More tributes for Kirk are planned in the coming weeks, including a National Day of Remembrance for Kirk on October 14th. The resolution to mark a day for Kirk was unanimously passed by the Senate. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Glendale, Arizona.
Kirk's widow, Erica Kirk, has vowed to continue Kirk's work in the weeks and months to come. President Trump is raising pressure on the Justice Department in a new social media post this weekend. He has nominated White House aide Lindsay Halligan to serve as U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia, following a dispute with the current prosecutor. That office has been investigating New York Attorney General Letitia James over alleged mortgage fraud, though no charges have been filed. The president also directed a message to Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi calling for action against former FBI Director James Comey, California Senator Adam Schiff, and Letitia James.
They were ruthless and vicious. I was impeached twice. I was indicted 5 times. It turned out to be a fake deal, and we have to act fast. One way or the other. One way or the other. They're guilty. They're not guilty. We have to act fast.
Last month, the FBI searched the home of former National Security Advisor John Bolton, a vocal critic of Trump, and one of several political figures now under federal review. The UK announces its recognition of a Palestinian state. This comes as Canada and Australia made a similar move. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer says he hopes the recognition will lead to a better future.
I state clearly, as Prime Minister of this great country, that the United Kingdom formally recognizes the state of Palestine.
Starmer adds that this comes as a pledge to both Palestine and Israel. However, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is vowing to fight the global push for recognition of a Palestinian state. The recognition of Palestine as a state comes after Israel failed to meet conditions laid out by Starmer.
We will need to fight at the UN and in other arenas against the false propaganda directed at us and against the calls for the establishment of a Palestinian state. That would endanger our existence and serve as an absurd reward for terrorism.
Netanyahu adds that the international community will be hearing from Israel in the next few days. 2 men are dead after a shooting in Indianapolis. A large police presence arrived at the scene and found 5 victims injured. First responders gave medical aid, but 2 men did not survive. The other victims were taken to nearby hospitals.
Well, temperatures today made it a pretty decent day to finish the weekend off, especially if you had any fall outdoor activities. We did have a couple showers passing through the area and still holding on to maybe about one, but it's looking like it's really starting to die off now as it leaves Trempealeau County. Just a couple sprinkles possibly on the way for Black River Falls in the next hour or so. We do still have that area though off into central Minnesota now. That'll likely be moving into our neck of the woods in the next few hours. Overall today we've seen a couple light showers out there. I was lucky enough to be able to go down to the Applefest parade in La Crescent with some other folks, and anybody over there knows that we had a nice little downpour to start the day off, but you really have to zoom in to even show the accumulation. It was one of those days where you can get those showers out there and you get it, but your neighbor down the road doesn't see anything. So we'll have another day like that going into tomorrow, but hopefully the rest of the week is looking a little drier, but I'll have the details in a little bit.
All right, thank you, Nicole. The La Crescent Apple Festival held one of its biggest traditions, the King Apple Parade. Speaking of, Nicole was there. News 8 Now's JDS McGee joins us with how the community came together.
Floats, bands, and crowds filled the street this afternoon for the annual King Apple Parade in La Crescent. Music and laughter carried through the afternoon as floats rolled by. Kids scrambled for candy, while parents snapped pictures and waves as the lineup made its way down the street.
It's amazing. It's getting bigger every year, and the carnival, it's amazing that this little town puts on such a big deal.
Capped off the annual Apple Fest. Organizers say it's traditions like this that keep people coming back year after year. Reporting in the newsroom, JDS McGee, News 8 Now.
Looks like fun. Thank you, JDS. A gas leak in Osseo has been stopped. Earlier today, officials reported a gas leak in Osseo and quickly evacuated residents. The Trempealeau County Sheriff's Office says the leak happened on 14th Street near Caroline around 11 a.m. As of now, the gas leak has been contained and it is safe for residents to return to their homes. Local vendors set up shop today at the Legion Craft Fair in Onalaska. From handmade decorations to baked goods, shoppers have the chance to look around while taking in all the fall festivities.
Well, I'm excited because this is a great event. This is the 9th annual, and there's over 30 vendors, and we all become friends when you vend together, and I just love to see the people come out and shop.
The craft fair ran from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., bringing the fall excitement to the Coulee region. The Minnesota Marine Art Museum in Winona gave visitors a rare behind-the-scenes look this morning. Curators rewound a section of the grand panorama of a whaling voyage around the world, the largest painting in the United States. At more than 1,200 feet, the panorama is stored on 4 giant rolls. Today's exhibition showed the second roll, a 325-foot stretch, all in one sitting.
Folks can come in and see this painting moving before their eyes. It was designed to be a spectacle, and so seeing it move was how it was originally intended to be seen.
The art museum rotates the painting 40 feet every 10 to 12 days and performs the rotation when they are open to the public for viewers to take in. Still to come, a new study reveals an interesting way to fight mental decline. What form of exercise can boost cognitive health after the break?
Help your pup feel their best with water therapy at Top Dog Retreat in West Salem. Our heated pool is perfect for recovery, mobility, and gentle exercise. Book your dog's splash session today at booktopdog.com. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
Look closely at this truck. You'll see hard work, a great adventure, and so much more. Inside and out, it's designed for the family, the road trip, and the most demanding job. The Ford F-150. It's time to see Ford in a new light. Now lease a new 2025 Ford F-150 for $449 a month, only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
They often say variety is the spice of life. Well, if that's what you're looking for, the Board Store is your destination, because we have variety. We have windows and doors. We have siding. We have sunrooms, we have kitchens, we have bathrooms, we have flooring, we have tile. Whatever your home improvement needs are, interior or exterior, there's no better destination than the Board Store showrooms at 524 Copeland Avenue in La Crosse.
Here's a dose of reality. Driving under the influence of prescription painkillers is just as illegal and just as deadly as driving drunk. In fact, there are nearly 2,000 drug-related crashes every year in Wisconsin. Help prevent drug driving, and let's achieve 0 preventable deaths on Wisconsin roadways. Driving on pills kills.
At Top Dog Retreat in West Salem, skip the mess and hassle at home. Our climate-controlled self-serve dog wash is open 24 hours to keep your dog clean, dry, and ready for their next adventure. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Well, fall means Halloween and more scary movies. The latest Fright flick took on the reigning champ at the weekend box office. David Daniel has the countdown.
Personally, I can't stop thinking about all that money.
The Long Walk made another $6.3 million, tying for 4th place.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to 1930.
Downton Abbey, the grand finale, shared the number 4 slot, adding $6.3 million to its coffers.
8 people live in this house. 8 people have experienced this.
The Conjuring Last Rites dropped a spot to 3rd place, scaring up $13 million.
Cam, are you okay?
I think something's off.
You don't know what you're getting yourself into.
The football fright flick Him debuted in 2nd place, scoring with $13.5 million. The Japanese anime adventure Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba the movie Infinity Castle kept the top spot, earning $17.3 million for a domestic total of $105 million. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
The Directors Guild of America has a new leader. Oscar-winning director Christopher Nolan was elected president of the Guild Saturday evening. The organization has more than 19,000 members. In a statement, the Oppenheimer director said being elected president was one of the greatest honors of his career. Nolan will soon be put to the test as the union prepares for negotiations with major studios next year. If you recently purchased ready-to-eat seafood from Costco, be careful and check that label. More than 3,000 pounds of the Kirkland Signature Ahi Tuna Wasabi Poke are being recalled due to a potential listeria contamination. The recalled products have a sell-by date of September 22nd. They were sold at Costco deli stations on September 18th in more than 30 states. Consumers should throw the product away and contact the store for a full refund. The next time you need to run some errands, you may want to consider hopping on a bike. Researchers studied years of data from nearly 480,000 people. They found those who cycled had a 19% lower risk of all-cause dementia and a 22% lower risk of Alzheimer's disease. That's compared to people who rely on non-active travel, like driving or taking public transportation. Now don't go too far. We have more news coming up, but first,
we have some thunderstorms brewing out in central Minnesota right now that will eventually be making their way into the area. And because of that, you could have a wet morning commute to start the week off. I'll have all the details coming up right after the break.
Hear everything but the gunshot. Introducing Soundgear Phantom, the world's first custom Bluetooth-compatible and rechargeable hearing protection and enhancement device, blocking loud, harmful noises while giving you that edge to hear better while hunting.
Better Hearing Center, 11th and Main on Alaska.
This river wasn't dammed in a day, and GMC trucks weren't built overnight. Like every American achievement, they are a result of dedication. Over 100 years dedicated to the art of engineering and the ambition to always move this country forward. Get 0% APR on select Sierra 1500 models. Plus, get $4,500 purchase allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Wait, you gave yourself a flu vaccine?
At your house?
How?
FluMist, it's a flu vaccine you give yourself.
Yeah, at home.
You do what at home? FluMist Home. What? FluMist Home. A vaccine delivered to your home? Yes.
You give yourself a shot? No, it's a mist that goes up my nose. My mom does it.
And it works? Yeah, it's the same flu vaccine you get at the doctor's or pharmacy.
So easy. Even you can do it, Chief.
FluMist is a nasal spray flu vaccine for people aged 2 to 49. Don't get FluMist if you've had a severe allergic reaction to its components, eggs, or to other flu vaccines. Do not give FluMist to children or adolescents taking aspirin therapy. Tell your healthcare provider about all your medical conditions, including asthma, wheezing, or Guillain-Barré syndrome, and about all the medicines you take. Runny or stuffy nose, sore throat, or fever may occur.
So I can order FluMist online? Yeah, just go get your phone. Huh.
Get flu protection without the injection. Order at flumist.com.
Get an 11% rebate on interior stains and finishes at Menards. Add exceptional color to your staining project with Minwax Color Series. It's perfect for completing your projects 2 times faster while offering rich color. Get a quart for $14.99 after rebate. Minwax Polycrylic Max is a fast-drying water-based polyurethane that provides maximum durability in one coat for all types of wood surfaces. A quart is $23.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Hear everything but the gunshot. Introducing Soundgear Phantom, the world's first custom Bluetooth-compatible and rechargeable hearing protection and enhancement device, blocking loud, harmful noises while giving you that edge to hear better while hunting.
Better Hearing Center, 11th and Main on Alaska.
Taking a live look at radar right now, there's not a whole lot of activity happening in our area, and that'll likely be the trend now going for the next few hours. Going to be dry for the next few hours, so if you have any evening plans to finish the weekend off, you should be in the clear, although we do have some thunderstorms now brewing over into southern Minnesota. Even have a severe thunderstorm warning on one of those, likely for some stronger wind gusts and some possibly smaller hailstones within that. That'll continue to move further to the east, eventually making it into our area, likely until about midnight. That's when we'll likely start to see some effects from that, and really what should be lingering on into the early morning hours. So if you're an early riser and you have to get to work a little bit earlier on, especially if you're south of I-94, there could still be some stronger rain in the area around 5, 6 in the morning. After that batch will be moving out, but then we'll likely have another line of scattered thunderstorms forming sometime closer to about the noon hour, if not a little bit earlier on. The best chance for these is really going to be I-94 and southward, especially closer to the I-90 corridor, and those really just linger along that boundary. They're not moving a whole lot, so we could see some heavier rain amounts in these areas because, again, still looking now at 7 p.m., those thunderstorms really haven't moved a whole lot. They'll likely be out of the area as we go into the night tomorrow, and then by Tuesday morning, we should be in the clear, although that low pressure is still going to be somewhat close off to our southeast, so we could still have a few light showers circulating in for the next few days. But tomorrow is really looking like we have the heaviest chance for that heavy rain. Here's the totals going in for the morning portion. Likely more showers with possibly a couple thunderstorms embedded in it. So the rain totals could still be high in some spots where we see some of that thunderstorm activity, but really most of the area looking to see around 1/4 to 1/2 inch. Once we start to see that scattered thunderstorm activity though in the later afternoon hours, that's when we can start to see a few more local areas where possibly amounts get closer to 1 inch, 1.5 inches, if not a little bit more. Not really tracking any severe weather, but again, the heavy rain is really going to be able to produce some strong downpours as we go throughout tomorrow afternoon. And then, as I said, that low pressure system really is just going to be slowly moving away from us. So we'll likely still see some effects of it circulating some additional lighter showers into the area, especially for folks further south going into Tuesday and into Wednesday as well. Chances are low, but not zero. And then for the rest of the week, we should really start to dry off. Tonight then, when you're waking up in the morning, temperatures pretty much where they have been, 60 degrees in La Crosse, 58 in Eau Claire. Tomorrow's highs to start your week off actually could get quite warm for some of us further south. 77, upper 70s for folks further south, 72 in Eau Claire, a little bit cooler to the north. As we go throughout the rest of the week, then we're staying somewhat close to our average high of 74 for now. But as we get towards the end of the week, that average is actually going to be falling back down to about 71. So our averages really start to tank a little bit as we get towards the end of September. So that 78 on Friday is actually going to be around 77 degrees above average. Kind of warm for the end of September, but overall not that scorching summer heat.
I'm kind of ready for the fall weather.
Me too. I need it to settle in, but we're getting close.
It's getting there. All right, thank you, Nicole. Coming up next in sports, the Packers hit the road for a match up in Cleveland. They had the lead late, but see where it all went wrong. Kate has the highlights after the break.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
It's the National Mattress Sale at Home Sleep Express. Get an extra 15% off sale prices on Luxuria and Thomas Cole Sleep. This Jewel Pillow Top Queen is $849, and this Invigorate Plush Queen is just $594. Only at Home Sleep Express.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks. like the rugged Colorado, the highly capable Silverado 1500, the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on Silverado 1500 models. Visit HometownChevy.com.
In the hunt, every detail matters. It's not just about the thrill, but a passion for the craft. And in the end, it's about the people you get to be with. At Overhead Door, it's about our team and those we get to serve. We can repair any garage door, but we only install the best. Overhead Door Company of the Seven Rivers region since 1921.
The era of digital advertising is upon us, and it's moving fast. As a business owner, you've probably struggled understanding what it all means. That's where we can help. Phase 3 Digital is your local digital agency that can help you understand the digital world, the products available, and how to use them. So if you have digital questions, we have answers. Call Phase 3 Digital today at 608-793-4522 or visit our website at p3da.com/lacrosse.
Get a sleep like no other on a handmade mattress from Heirloom at Home Sleep Express. Plus, pay no interest for 5 years and get free white glove delivery, setup, and a 120-night guarantee. Heirloom mattresses at Home Sleep Express.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Kate Overton.
Week 3 of the NFL season, the Packers have been red hot to start the year, but now Green Bay goes on the road for the first time all season in Cleveland. Now the Browns may be 0-2, but they've got a solid defense, and this could spell trap game. Let's go there. And as expected, it was a defensive battle in the first half. Late in the first quarter, Packers facing a third down, but Love finds Romeo Doubs for the first down. Green Bay would settle for a field goal and take a 3-0 lead. Browns looking to respond, facing a 3rd and 7 at midfield, but here comes the pressure, and Rashawn Gary is there for the sack. Cleveland forced to punt. Green Bay would lead by 3 at the break. Second half, Packers finally moving the ball on 3rd and 7. Love connects with Dontavian Wicks, finally brought down at the 3, then a few plays later on 3rd and goal. Love rolling out, buying time, and connects with John Fitzpatrick for the touchdown. It's 10-0 Packers. Fourth quarter, now 10-3. Love passing, and he's picked off right into the hands of Grant Delpit, and he's got room to run. A 25-yard return. Browns take over inside the 5-yard line, and then on 1st and goal, Quinshon Judkins rushes it in. Browns tie the game at 10. However, Green Bay would go down the field and had a chance at a game-winning field goal, but it's blocked. Cleveland recovers, and now they had a chance to win. Andre Schmidt from 56 yards out, and he nails it. Wow, Packers fall 13-10 in a odd one. I mean, if you're a Packer fan, you really just got to be sick after this one. Really just a choke job at the end. They had the game and then lost it. First with the Love interception and then getting the field goal blocked. A very winnable game that turns into a gross defeat. Packers will be in Dallas next week for Sunday Night Football. Over in Minnesota, a couple of backup quarterbacks battling it out. Carson Wentz for the Vikings and Jake Browning for Cincy. First quarter, Wentz facing a 3rd and 5. And Wentz goes to Josh Oliver. He's in for the score. Vikings with an early lead. Bengals looking to answer. 2nd and 9. Browning stepping up in the pocket, buying time. But this throw is going to be intercepted. That's Isaiah Rodgers with the pick. He's got room to run. Nobody going to catch him. 87 yards in for the score. Minnesota goes up 14. Later, more Vikings defense. That pass is complete, but it's Rodgers punching the ball out. He's going to pick it up, and oh my, Isaiah Rodgers going to score for the 2nd time on the day. Vikings up by 21, and then still in the first half on 1st and goal, it's Jordan Mason taking it in. This one was all Minnesota. 48-10 the final. I didn't know what to expect going into this one, but the outcome never even crossed my mind. Terrific work by the Minnesota defense, and Carson Wentz with a solid game, 14-20 with 2 passing touchdowns. Next week, Minnesota will travel to Dublin for an international game against the Steelers. That'll be an 8:30 a.m. Central Time kickoff. I'll have more from those games, plus an update on the Brewers tonight at 10. That's all for sports. We'll be right back.
At Top Dog Retreat in West Salem, your pup isn't just boarded, they're pampered. From tail wagging daycare to cozy overnight stays, we treat every dog like our own. Safe, clean, and full of fun. Book today at booktopdog.com. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
I'm standing here at the warehouse this morning where some 30 to 40 installers depart every morning. You've been thinking about new windows. I've been thinking about new windows for over 40 years. And my promise to you is that these fine installers that leave here every morning install the finest windows available in the market today, expert installation, always at a good value. If you're looking for new replacement windows, today would be a great day to reach out to the board store and set up a prompt free estimate.
September 15th kicks off a month of National Hispanic Heritage Awareness, and Pilgrims in Arcadia and News 8 want to recognize the impact Hispanics have in our area. Pilgrims in Arcadia continues to champion growth and diversity in our surrounding communities. As a Pilgrims team member, you will be welcomed, provided training, and given advancement and educational opportunities. Tune in to learn more about the month of Hispanic Heritage Awareness, brought to you locally by Pilgrims and News 8.
When you need a truck to get you from the job site to the campsite, drive your story with a new Ram from Pischke Motors.
Get your Ram now during the Drive into Fall sales event. Stop into Pischke Motors to save over 15% off MSRP on a 2025 Ram 1500. Plus, get 3.9% financing for 72 months. Ram trucks are built to serve power. So get in a Ram today. Hurry in because this offer ends September 30th. Go to Pischke.com, Pischke Motors West Salem, or Pischke Motors La Crosse.
At Top Dog Retreat in West Salem, skip the mess and hassle at home. Our climate-controlled self-serve dog wash is open 24 hours to keep your dog clean, dry, and ready for their next adventure. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
If you want to have a little nice bonfire going into tonight, not going to be a bad night for it, a light chance of rain, and we still got some bugs out there. It's really not supposed to have a freeze across the area yet, typically looking back at climatology, especially when we still have crops in the field, but I really am kind of hoping that we get a freeze as soon as we can to avoid any headaches, because I want those bugs gone.
I do
It's
too.
been buggy.
They're always the worst, and
I'm
you just
sick
get
of
that
those.
first freeze, and then they're
Yeah, I'm
gone,
sick
and
of
it's
it.
so much better.
For sure. All right. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here at 10.